So the news is the West has banned the sales of components for weapon production to Russia, but Russia is still buying them. And that was the investigation by Important Stories, Reuters, and Royal United Services Institute. Once again, all the links in the description. I encourage you to read the whole thing yourself, basically. But yeah, basically, obviously, like in all those drones that Russia is using, like Arlan, for example, there is quite a lot of electronics, obviously, and Russia has barely any production of electronics, and so usually they're just buying off the shelves parts and using them. And despite like despite the ban on sales, still um, like the drones like Orlan still using components from American Altera, Xilinx, Texas Instruments, Microchip, Analog Devices, Linear, all of this all of these companies, which obviously like these companies are not particularly like nobody should be like sort of boycotting those companies, because this is just the components that they're using, and this is just the components that like Texas Instruments, Microchip, whatever, they're just selling it to the market, and Russia just finds ways how to buy those components. And interestingly, they're doing this through like intermediary, basically companies, obviously how you would expect, and countries that sort of help with this procurement. Chinese, Turkish, even US. So there are like there is basically some ground here to work on the sanctions, to work on tighten up the sanctions, to track better those sales of, especially of the companies who are somehow connected to Russia. I think like all of those companies who have any connections to Russia should be kind of under scrutiny in all of the countries. Obviously, China probably, because China itself is in a bit of a war against the West, so to speak. They probably will continue with this, but intermediaries like I'm saying in US, in Turkey, things like that, like they in Europe as well, they should be scrutinizing all of this a bit more. So yeah, but yeah, you're gonna have this this link in the description, and yeah, I'm gonna put a couple of them because they talk slightly differently about this thing. But yeah, all the links are in the description.